what we're going to do in this video today is we're going to use OpenAI Chat GPT to pick out an outboard engine for my 14-foot boat. What the heck is that? I'm in the market for an outboard engine for my small 14-foot aluminum boat. So I'm looking for what my options are and thinking about some kinds of things about it. And it made me think about some new web technology that exists out there that I think is pretty cool. Bear with me. This is a little strange. OpenAI is artificial intelligence. Yep, the crazy, scary future is here. There's a company, I guess, called OpenAI, and they're a research company, and they're working on artificial general intelligence products. I'll put some links in the video description if you want to know more about OpenAI and ChatGPT. But basically, they have a model that uses artificial intelligence to be able to do research and provide answers. It's basically robots taking over the world is what it is. It's artificial intelligence, which, if you think about it, it's just the next step in big brain technology. And at the present time, it's sort of like being able to summarize vast amounts of data from the internet. And that's it. So if I sat here and spent the whole day on the internet looking at a bunch of different sites to find out some research, and I summarized that as best as I could, that's what it does. This isn't the end-all be-all. They're still playing with this product. Matter of fact, they even say, it is important to keep in mind that this is a direct result of the system's design, maximizing the similarity between outputs and the data set the models were trained on, and that such outputs may be inaccurate, untruthful, and otherwise misleading at times. In other words, if there's 50 websites out there that say Evinrude is the best motor and that's what everybody should use, the information they provide may say that kind of thing because there's so many websites out there touting the same thing. So it's imperfect. But that's okay. We're just doing an exercise today, and we're trying it out. Here's what I'm curious about. Does this product, this artificial intelligence Chat GPT product, does it actually understand a specific question like I'm about to ask it? Will it actually suggest something very specific like, oh, you should buy a Suzuki DF15AS 415-inch shaft 4-stroke outboard? Could it suggest something really random and make a very generic statement? Or will it suggest something weird and irrelevant and talk about boat history? Will it provide any of that CYA language? You know, the kind of stuff, legalese regarding safety regulations, buying only from reputable sources, only having certified professionals install your motor, etc., etc. Will it lean towards green options, only suggesting electric motors and talking about how bad 2-stroke motors are? Or is this just a shopping tool? Or is it going to really provide useful information? And as with anything, you need to be asking the right questions. This is true no matter who you're asking. And we can all easily get this wrong. Like whether you're asking a friend or going to Reddit or asking ChatGPT on your computer, we need to make sure to ask the question in the best possible way to provide enough information to them to give us a good answer. Let me craft my question here. So I'm going to ask, what engine should I buy for my 14-foot boat? This way, they know it's a boat. They know the size, and I use the word engine. So I wonder if it will talk about electric options because, you know, electric ones are technically motors and not engines. So that'll be interesting to see how it does. Let's pop that in here and see what comes up. When choosing an engine for your 14-foot boat, there are several factors to consider, including power, fuel type, weight, and cost. Not bad, not bad. Some popular options include, number 1, outboard motors. Great, use the word motors too. Outboard motors are a popular choice for small boats because they are lightweight, easy to install, and relatively inexpensive. They are available in a range of sizes and power outputs with 2-stroke and 4-stroke models to choose from. Not too shabby. Number 2, inboard outboard motors. IO motors are a hybrid of inboard and outboard motors. They have an inboard engine and an outboard propeller. They offer better performance and efficiency than outboard motors, but they are heavier and more expensive. I'm not sure. Are there any inboard, outboard 14-foot boats? I mean, maybe there were years ago, but I don't think I've ever seen one. That one there, that's kind of that's not a very good answer right there. Number 3, electric motors. Electric motors are becoming a more popular choice for small boats as they are more environmentally friendly, quieter, and require less maintenance than gas-powered motors. Electric motors are available in a range of power outputs and are ideal for freshwater and calm water. That's not very heavily biased or opinionated. Then they go on to say, when deciding on the power of the motor for your 14-foot boat, you should consider your boating habits and how much weight you will be carrying. A general rule is to have around 1 horsepower for every 100 pounds of displacement. Therefore, a 14-foot boat, you should consider a motor with around 14 horsepower or less. Not bad. Also, make sure to check the maximum horsepower rating recommended by the boat's manufacturer, and you should not exceed that, as going over that limit might put the boat in risk or not meet the safety standards and can also affect the warranty of the boat. Great job. It's always a good idea to consult with a qualified marine technician, this is the CYA stuff, or boat dealer to help you choose the right motor for your 14-foot boat. They can give you advice on the best options based on your specific needs and budget and can also help with installation and maintenance. You know what? For the most part, that was pretty good. The inboard outboard thing, I'm not so sure. I mean, you know, have you ever seen a 14-foot boat with an inboard outboard motor, especially like new? And why would somebody power a 14-foot boat with that? That one I didn't like. So before I said that we needed to be asking the right question. I don't know if I really asked the right question the first time. Let's tweak that question just a little bit. What outboard engine should I buy for my 14-foot boat? All right, let's see what that does. Ooh, it's writing. So how this works is when you type in the question, it just takes a minute and it starts spitting out the answer. So this is very interesting. The only thing that's the same is the very first line. When choosing an outboard engine for your 14-foot boat, there are several factors to consider, including power, fuel type, weight, and cost. That's the same as the last time I asked the question. But then it gives me 5 answers versus 3, and it breaks it down into power, fuel type, weight, cost, and brand. Let's take a look through the answers here. Number 1, power. As a general rule, you should have around 1 horsepower for every 100 pounds of displacement for a 14-foot boat. Therefore, you should consider an outboard engine with around 14 horsepower or less. Also, make sure to check the maximum horsepower rating recommended by the boat's manufacturer and don't exceed that limit. That's interesting because that was all said before, but it's been summarized much more concisely right here. Fuel type. Outboard engines can be powered by gasoline, propane, or electric power. Gasoline engines are the most common and offer the most power, but they also require more maintenance and can be harmful to the environment. Electric and propane engines are becoming more popular as they're more environmentally friendly, require less maintenance, and are quieter. And they make an argument for electric and propane, but the arguments are good and valid arguments about the differences between gasoline, electric, and propane. And very concise. Weight. You need to consider how much the engine weighs. The weight of the motor, especially when in transport and storage, must not exceed the maximum recommended weight by the manufacturer or the weight capacity of the boat. Once again, good stuff. Cost. The price range of outboard engines can vary widely. Make sure to budget accordingly and take into consideration your needs and preferences. Now, they don't mention anything about buying used versus new, but they kind of covered themselves pretty good there. Brand. As mentioned before, make sure to stick with established and reputable brands that have a proven track record of producing high quality and reliable outboard engines. Look for certifications such as CE or ISO, which indicate compliance with safety and performance standards. That's a really good point, especially whenever we're looking at some of those really obscure outboards from places like Amazon. And there's some of these Chinese brands that may not be certified. Some popular and well-known brands of small outboard motors for 14-foot boats include Yamaha, Mercury, Honda, Tohatsu, and Suzuki. They got that right, as they are known for producing high-quality, durable outboard motors. Each brand has their own models and power outputs, so make sure to compare and research the specific models. It is always a good idea to consult with a qualified marine technician or boat dealer to help you choose the right motor for your 14-foot boat. They can give you advice on the best options based on your specific needs and budget, and can also help with installation and maintenance. So did it work? I honestly think ChatGPT artificial intelligence worked really, really well. The only difference between this product and asking an actual human is it doesn't make specific recommendations. And it doesn't ask follow-up questions yet. I still don't really know what engine I should put on my 14-foot boat, but that's for another video. For now, you should watch this video because it's a good one. Watch that video next. Thanks for watching this one. I'm going to get back to this artificial intelligence here. It's wild stuff. Will my wife let me buy another boat?